15 years and still no understanding. All right, Shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahusha Bahashim Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. In grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakayur, from the GMS Orlando camp. And tonight I want to go into a lesson on an encounter that me and Akim had this past Saturday at camp with a Jake who claimed to have known about the truth for 15 years. And I'll play a little bit of the encounter for you to hear for yourself. But as we were interacting with this Jake, you realize that throughout all his 15 years, he still doesn't understand what he's a part of, what he knows, and ultimately the will of the Lord. Jake claimed to have, this great knowledge. But as we were speaking about earlier in this lesson, if you go and listen to it, we were speaking about how knowledge isn't where the power lies. The power lies in applied knowledge, and our power ultimately comes from applying the knowledge that's been bestowed upon us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Like it says in Isaiah the 33rd chapter, right? Let's get it. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." All right, so the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has been likened unto the stability of our time and the strength of our salvation. And that's just not talking about just any wisdom, just any knowledge. It's talking about the wisdom and knowledge that we apply. In order for it to be the strength of our salvation, all right, we have to be working toward that salvation, putting forth works toward that salvation, that Lord willing we might be saved. In order to be stable in the times of uncertainty, we have to be applying the knowledge that we know, applying the prophecies that we understand and comprehend, applying the dark sayings and the parables that we've read, how to be still and wait in the Lord, how to trust in the Lord with all our might, how to be courageous and not fearful, how the Lord isn't giving us a fearful heart, how the Lord is going to come through, when the enemy comes down like a flood, pursuing Isaiah 59:19, and lift up a standard for us, Lord willing, what he let. In order for us to be stable, we have to apply this knowledge. For this knowledge to be our stability, it has to be applied. For it to be the strength of our salvation, it has to be applied. All right, there has to be an understanding behind the knowledge that we possess, which, as the scriptures say, is the chief thing. It says, this is Proverbs 4:7, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." All right, because wisdom without understanding is unfruitful. It's not a tool that you're able to use. Once again, it says wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is a principal thing. Wisdom is one of the principal things that we must get. But as it says that, it says another statement in this very same precept. It says, "Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding." Our understanding on how to apply the precepts that we read, understanding on how these prophecies, play into what we're seeing on a day-to-day basis. Our understanding what the will of the Lord is for our nation, for us individually, for the people around us. Understanding on what part we play in the Lord's moving. It's important for us to get understanding and wisdom. It's important for us to get knowledge and wisdom and the understanding that comes behind it. And 15 years with no understanding is a very dangerous thing. It's dangerous and it's scary. And that's why we say, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. for the proper understanding of the scriptures and for sound doctrine, and for the Lord allowing us to establish our foundation upon that rock, the Yahweh Shai. Because like you'll see in this video, this guy is all over the place. He's tossed to and fro. He might not be necessarily tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, but he's tossed to and fro in his thoughts. He doesn't know what the answer is. But let's see. Let me bring this out before we get to the video. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 1 and then hit the point. It says, "For this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." Skipping down. Verse 5, "Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away." All right, and this guy had a form of godliness. He knew the scriptures. He was quoting scriptures, as we quoting scriptures, going through the knowledge that we bring out on a weekly basis, agreeing with us basically. He had a form of godliness, but he denied the power thereof. It says, "From such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins and led away with diverse lusts." Verse 7 is the point. "Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth." And this guy was a prime example of someone who's ever learning. 15 years with no understanding is someone who's ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. And the Lord said this will happen in the latter days. And this guy is a chief example of this scripture, man. That's why it's important to establish, and this is why it's important to establish our foundation upon Yahweh Shai, man, upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because otherwise we'll be tossed to and fro and we'll be ever learning, man. The Lord gave us comfort, all right, in the knowledge that we have. We don't have to seek out more. There isn't anything else we're lacking through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Through the Spirit, we know everything that pertains to our salvation and what we need to know concerning the times that we're in. We know what we need to know. There's nothing we're lacking. There's no understanding that we don't have concerning the Lord and concerning, salvation. And there's nothing else that needs to be added to this ministry. It's all here, all right? It's all here. But it says again, "Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth." Now going back. All right, let's play a little bit of this video.
We're like that.
Okay, so what's your most heaviest thought?
My most heaviest thought is my people. It's the lack. Look, it's not just that. I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? With some information.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay.
God, Yahweh, Yahuwah, however you want to say it, love me.
Okay.
Like he loved you. If you're his chosen people, right?
Right.
But he blessed me with some information that I know that we're lacking. And nobody's going to understand until it takes to the butt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it tell you
because he tells
we all got to reach the full knowledge of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Individually. People ain't going to never get that, brother.
Individually.
So then that you'll be waiting forever.
And he said he was blessed with knowledge that, nobody's going to be able to understand. And one thing about that is that we already possess the knowledge that the Lord wants us to dwell on, man. The knowledge that we possess already is more than the world can comprehend. The knowledge that brothers possess already are what the name of the Lord is, what the true names of the Lord are. Prophecy, the mystery of the Gentiles, the mystery of the so-called virgin birth. Who we are, who our people are, who the Lord is, what the Lord intends for the world. These are things that the world can't even comprehend itself. And the Lord told us to meditate upon these things, man. There's no other higher knowledge out here that we need to be seeking out or that we need to comprehend and understand. All right. The Lord told us to dwell on the things that we already understand and comprehend, because it's more than the world can understand. And it's really all we need to maneuver through the society. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. For more things are shewed unto thee than men understand. All right. And this guy was curious in unnecessary matters. You know, when more things have been shewed unto us than men understand. The majority of people out here, especially Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians, or the Negroes, can't even comprehend that they're not a color in the crayon box, that their nationality is not defined by a color in the crayon box, black, or that they didn't come from so-called Africans. Majority of people in the world can't comprehend what the true name of the Lord is, that being Yahweh, or his son's name being Yahweh Shai. Most people can't even comprehend that. So we're supposed to think upon these things that we already know with reverence, because this is high knowledge, you know, and to seek out unnecessary matters and to be curious in unnecessary matters is a destructive mentality. That leads to you being ever learning and never able to come to the full knowledge of the truth.
Talking about like it's something I've been blessed with. He done gave me that I know nobody has. Less than 1% of the world knows.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I know nobody wants to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Noah, he tried to warn the people, tried to tell the people.
Right.
Nobody wanted to listen until the time came. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's going on right
But
now.
he gives everybody an individual purpose, something special. And this is what I'm talking about. Once you done got this information, look, and I'm only speaking from experience.
Okay.
You know, I'm not the perfect. I don't want perfect. I got a little something in my drink right now, right?
All right. We finna drink till we get
You know what I'm saying? But listen, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, dog, but one thing I know, man, once you done applied, I applied it in the last 15 years, damn, they're going on right now.
So what you been doing with it?
Applying it,
What you been doing with what you applied?
living it, applying it to my everyday knowledge. You know?
Are you spreading the gospel?
Look, by actions, not by words.
What's your action?
What's my actions is the fruits of my labor, the things that I do.
But the Lord said he commanded men to go out in the streets and teach.
And I do.
Are you doing that?
And I do that. He has, you know, through example. What I'm doing right now, yes, it's a timing. Everything is timing. We're talking about timing. But right now, it's through my actions. Action is key, because everywhere we go, everybody's talking. Nobody, the action, he says.
Nobody doing nothing.
Nobody is doing nothing. I done heard it all.
So what do you think we should be doing?
Right now, what we should be doing, getting into that, what you're doing right now, and really put it all on the line, put everything on the table, bust it down, get organized, and build as a nation.
Build what?
And that statement right there perfectly exemplifies how much he doesn't understand. How he doesn't understand the will of the Lord. Because the will of the Lord isn't for us to put our resources together. We don't have any resources to put together. Our only resource in this life, and really in all our lifetimes, has been Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's our only resource, man. And that's our chiefest resource here, man. And by that resource, we're going to receive salvation from this hellish condition. Lord willing, we're the elect. That's our resource, man. The Lord is our resource. The Lord is our way out. Patience in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is our way out. That is the answer. And it's spiritual, because we were speaking about how Jake is basically bugged out and anxious because they don't have answers, man. And lo and behold, this Jake came up anxious because he doesn't have the answers. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand. So to comprehend and understand the Lord's secrets is a very precious thing, man, that we have to hold on to, and think thereupon with reverence. But with that being said, that's all I have for tonight. Lord willing, is edifying unto you elect. And another thing too, to have that I know demon on you as you're presenting yourself before the prophets is a very dangerous mindset to have, man. All you heard this Jake say last night was, I know. You don't know. You don't know, and to assume that you do know while the proper understanding is coming out is dangerous, man. It's going to get you killed. I already heard everything. There's nothing nobody can really tell me. I done heard everything in 15 years. I already know. It's going to get a lot of people destroyed, man, thinking that they already know. They know more than the men that the Lord has set up. If you already knew, then you'll be out doing, what the prophets are commissioned to do. You'll be out doing what those who are commissioned, those who have a working knowledge of the Bible, the men of the nation of Israel, are commissioned to do, which is to teach, to feed the Lord's sheep. You wouldn't be out eating pork, because before as he was talking, if you go back and watch this video, one of the first things he said was he turned around, he was drawn toward us. He turned around, he had to go get him a cup of ramen noodles, which he was eating. He was about to go get him a hot dog. If you know the Lord, if you know the will of the Lord, you wouldn't be eating pork. You say you've been in the know for 15 years. Then you still don't understand the gravity of the Lord and how serious he is when it comes down to obeying his word. But with that being said, the Lord willing, is edifying unto you elect. Shalom, stay up.